Hello. Our lesson is for the grade 5 in the new normal. The lesson is multiplying fractions and whole numbers made easy by Teacher Pinks. We have lesson 1. Ang ating lesson 1 ay multiplying a fraction with another fraction. The key idea is when we multiply a fraction by another fraction, we multiply the numerators and the denominators. Simplify the product whenever possible. So there are 3 steps. We multiply the numerators first and then the denominators. Then, kung hindi pa siya simplified, we will simplify, meaning we will reduce it to lowest terms. Example 1. 3/8 times 5/6 equals 3 times 5. Saan ko kinuha ang 3 times 5? Ito yon, 3 times 5. Okay, equals 3 times 5. Then, 8 times 6. Dito ko naman kinuha yung mga denominators na 8 at saka 6. So, 8 times 6 equals, ang 3 times 5 is 15, while ang 8 times 6 is 48. Because they are not simplified, we simplify whenever possible. Ano nga ba ang simplification or simplify whenever possible? Meaning, we have to reduce to lowest terms. Ang 15 at saka 48 ay hindi pa nakareduce. So, we will reduce that. Anong gagawin natin? If you still remember, we divide it by 3. Dahil ang makaka-divide sa dalawang number, sa numerator at saka denominator ay 3 at saka 3. So, 15 divided by 3 is 5. While 48 divided by 3 is 16. Ang 5 over 16 ba ay reduced na? Yes, dahil wala nang makaka-divide sa 5 at saka sa 16 na isang number lamang. Hindi naman ang 16 ay hindi madi-divide ng 5. Pero ang 5 madi-divide ng 5, pero ang 16 hindi. Madi-divide ba ng 2? Hindi rin. Or 3? Hindi din. Ng 4, ang 5 hindi madi-divide ng 4, pero ang 16 yes. Pero dapat isang number lang sa dalawa. Sa numerator at saka denominator. Okay. We have example 2. Example 2. Bakit may example 1 dito? Okay. Same example pero meron akong process na mas madali. Okay. The same example for 3 over 8 times 5 over 6. Paano nga ba gawin? Okay, bakit may cross siya? Bakit ito nilagyan ko ng cross? Kasi ang 3, madidivide siya at saka yung 6. Ang 3 is divisible by 3, which is 1. Ang sagot. While ang 6, madidivide din ng 3, which is 2 ang sagot. So, that is why meron tayong 1 at saka 2 dito sa baba. 1 sa taas, 2 dito sa baba. So, pero ang 5 at saka 8 ay hindi na madi-divide. Hindi na siya ma-reduce. So, dito pa lang, nag-reduce na tayo. So, ito, so 1 na lang ito. 1 times 5 at saka 8 times 2. Which is 5 over 16. Same answer lang din, no? Diba? Ito siya, it is already reduced. It is already simplified or reduced. So, mas madali. Diba? Pero kung hindi nyo siya nakukuha or hindi nyo siya masyadong naiintindihan, pwede kayong bumalik dito sa example 1. Itong example 2, although example 1 pa lang din siya, pero mas madali siyang gawin. Dahil naka-reduce na siya. So, ang iyong sagot ay already reduced pag ito yung ginawa mo. Okay, take another example. More examples for number 1. 7/12 times 4/7. So, 7 times 4 at saka 12 times 7 equals, ang 7 times 4 is 28, while ang 12 times 7 is 84. Hindi pa siya reduced, so we have to reduce that by 28. Ang 28 divided by 28 is 1, at saka ang 84 divided by 28 is 3. Pero, ito na naman tayo, kung naka-reduce na siya, before ka pa nag-answer ay naka-reduce na siya, 7/12 times 4/7, teka lang. So, gawa tayo ng pen. Yung pen natin dapat white. Okay. So, 7, ang 7 ay pwedeng ma-divide ng 7. So, itong 7, magiging 1 na lang siya, at saka ito rin siya ay magiging 1. Samantala dito, ang 4 at saka 12, pwedeng ma-divide ng 4. So, ang 4 magiging 1 na lang, then itong 12 magiging 3. Dahil, dinivide natin ang 12 by 4. So, 12 divided by 4 is 3. That is why we have 1 times 1. Ito yung numerator niya, divided by, over 3 times 1. O, tingnan nyo. Tama, di ba? So, 3 times 1. Itong 3 times 1, ito siya. 3 times 1 equals 1/3. So, ito na yung ating sagot. Same lang siya, di ba? Pero, mas madali siya. Tama? Okay, sana nakukuha nyo. Okay, let's move on to number 2. Number 2, we have an example, 3/5 times 2/3. So, it will now become 1 times 2 and 5 times 1. Bakit? Dahil ang 3 ay magiging 1 na siya at saka ito. Dahil ni-reduce na natin siya bago pa tayo nag-multiply. So, ang 1 times 2, ito na yun. Then, 5 times 1, ito yun. So, 1 times 2 is 2. 5 times 1 is 5. So, the answer is 2/5. Okay. Do we have the same answer? Okay. Very good. Next example. 4/5 times 1/2. So, ito na naman, naging 2 times 1 na siya. Kasi, ang 2 ay makakadivide sa 4. So, ang 4 divided by 2 is 2. Then, 2 divided by 2 is 1. Ang 1 at saka 5, hindi na siya madidivide. So, as is na lang siya. 2 times 1 is 2. 5 times 1 is 5. So, the answer is 2/5. Okay. Another example. 3/7 times 4/21. Okay. Whoops. Wala pa siyang sagot. Hindi ko siya sinagutan. So, ito, ang 3 at saka 21. Madidivide siya ng 3. Okay. 3. I mean, 1 ito siya. 1. Okay. 1 times 4. Then, itong 21 magiging 7 na siya. Diba 21 divided by 3 is 7. So, 7 times 7 equals 7 times 7. What is 7 times 7? That would be 49. So, ito siya 4 at saka 49. May makaka-divide ba sa 4 at saka sa 49? Wala na. So, the answer is 4 over 49. Yun na siya. Then, we have another example for number 5. 4/5 times 5 over 12. Okay? So, we will have to answer this one. Ang 4 ay makaka-divide sa 12. So, ang 4 magiging 1, ang 12 magiging 3. Because 12 divided by 4 is 3. Then, ito siya, dahil pareho sila, magiging 1 na ito at saka ito din. 1 na din. So, 1 times 1 equals 1. Then, 1 times 3 equals 3. Okay. So, ang ating sagot ay already reduced na din. The answer is 1/3. Okay, did you get that? Okay, sana nakuha nyo. Alam ko nakuha nyo. Okay. It's your turn. For number 1, I will give you 2/5 times 5/3 equals blank. For number 2, we have 3/4 times 2/3 equals blank. For number 3, 7 over 8 times 2/3 equals blank din. For number 4, 1/4 times 3/4 equals blank. Then for number 5, 1/2 times 2/3 equals blank. Okay. Ngayon, ikaw yung sasagot. Kumuha ka ng isang papel at saka ballpen or lapis. Mag-aantay ako. Okay, tapos na? So, we will now answer. For number 1, yung 2/5 natin times 5/3 equals do I have an answer? Okay, for number 1, that would be 2/3. Bakit 2/3? Kasi ito, 1 na lang siya, at saka ito, 1 na lang siya. So, 2 times 1 is 2, 1 times 3 is 3. Okay. For number 2, the answer is 1/2. Kasi nga, ito, 1 na lang, at saka ito, 1. Pero, ito din, magiging 1 na lang siya, at saka ito, magiging 2. So, the answer is 1 times 1 equals 1. Then, 2 times 1 is 2. Tama? Okay. Sana pareho tayo ng answer ng sagot. Number 3, 7 over 12. Bakit naging 7 over 12? Ang 2, magiging 1. Dahil ang 8, madidivide niya yung 2. So, 8 divided by 2 is 4. Then, 7 times 1 is 7. 4 times 3 is 12. Okay? Get that? For number 4, we have 3 over 16. Kasi walang numerator at denominator na pwedeng walang number na pwedeng makadivide sa kanilang dalawa. Both. Hindi naman pwedeng ang 4 madidivide dito ng 4. Hindi po. So, ito lang siya. 1 times 3 is 3. Then, 4 times 4 is 16. Yung normal way lang siya na pag-multiply ng fraction. Ang 3 at saka 16 ay already reduced na. Walang number na makakadivide sa kanya. Kasi yung, for example, kung 3 yung gagamitin natin 16 divided by 3 is hindi pwede. Pero kung 18 divided by 3, pwede. Magiging 6. Kung 2 naman, pwede. 16 divided by 2 is 8. So, the answer is 3 over 16. For number 5, we have 1/2 times 2/3 equals 1/3. Bakit? Kasi ito nireduce na natin by 1, by 2. So, magiging 1. Ito din, magiging 1 na lang. Sinimplify na natin. So, 1 times 1 is 1. 1 times 3 is 3. Okay, did you get 5? Yes! Thank you. Sana tayo, alam ko kasi madali kang matuto. Kaya alam kong naka 5 ka. Okay? Very good. Another key ideas. Common factors appearing in the numerator and denominator of any of the two fractions being multiplied can already be cancelled even before actually multiplying. Yun po yung ginawa natin kanina. So, kinancel natin yung number na pwedeng ma-divide nung isa, yung numerator at saka denominator. Yun na po yung ginawa natin. Cancellation. Okay? Let us go to lesson 2. Multiplying a fraction and a whole number. Pwedeng whole number first and then the fraction or vice versa. Fraction at saka whole number. What is the key idea here? To multiply a fraction by a whole number, step 1, rename the whole number as a fraction with a denominator of 1. Okay, so i-rename natin yung whole number ng gagawin natin fraction with a denominator of 1. Then for step 2, multiply the numerators to get the numerator of the product. So, pangalawang gagawin natin ay i-multiply natin yung both numerators ng dalawang fractions para makuha natin yung product ng numerator. Step 3, we multiply the denominators to get the denominator of the product. So, yung baba naman yung atin i-multiply, yung denominators para makuha natin yung product. Number 4, always reduce to lowest terms if possible. Okay. Lagi iyan, reduce to lowest terms if possible. Okay? So, we simplify, we divide it kung anong number na pwede nating ma-divide sa dalawang number, sa numerator at saka sa denominator. Okay. Let us have an example. Example 1, find 4 times 1/2. Step 1, rename the whole number as a fraction with a denominator of 1. So, 4 times 1/2 equals, when we rename, that would be, ako pala yung maglalagay. So, it will now become 4 over 1. Kasi, ang sabi, we will put the denominator of 1. So, 4 over 1 na siya. So, what is the answer? 4 times 1 is 4. 1 times 2 is 2. Pero, we have oh my God, nag-una-una na ako. So, the answer is 2. Kasi nga, we divide 4 by 2. Ito, hindi natin siya nire-reduce. Tingnan natin sa pangalawa. Okay. Ito pala yung step 2. Step 2, 4 times 1, 4 over 1 times 1/2 equals 4 times 1 equals 4. Dito pa lang, numerator pa lang pala. Nauna na ako, nakapag-answer na ako. Nakasagot na ako. Anyway, ito yung 4 times 1 equals 4. Ito pa lang yung kinuha natin sa step 2. So, step 3, still on 4 times 1/2, we multiply the denominators to get the denominator of the product. 4 times 1/2, magiging 4 over 1 times 1/2. So, 4 times 1, at saka 1 times 2. 4 times 2, 4 times 1 is 4, 1 times 2 is 2. Pwede ding gawin natin, i-reduce na natin siya. Ganito. Sige, pupunta muna ako sa step 3. Step 4, I mean. Okay, sa step 4, reduce the product to lowest terms whenever possible. So, naka-answer na po tayo kanina, which is 4 over 2. The answer is 2. Pwede natin siyang i-reduce. Ito magiging 2. At saka ito naman magiging 1. Pero, ganito pa rin po yung magiging kalalabasan. 2 over 1 equals 2 pa rin po. Kasi i-divide natin yung 2 by 1. So, 2 divided by 1 is 2. 2 times 1 is 2. It will now become 0. So, the answer is still 2. Pwede din dito, magiging 4 divided by 2. 4 divided by 2 is 2. Then 2 times 2 is 4, which is also 0. So, the answer is still 2. This is now our answer. Okay. Example 2. Kanina yung inuna natin is whole number, then fraction. Ngayon naman, fraction times the whole number. Find 5/8 times 8. So, 5/8 times 8. Nirename na natin, naging 8 over 1 na siya. So, 5 times 8 at saka 8 times 1, which is 40 over 8. Ang 40 at saka 8 ay hindi pa reduced. So, what do? We divide it by, 40 divided by 8 is 5. Pwede din, i-reduce na natin ito 8 at saka 8, magiging 1 at saka 1. So, the answer, the remaining number only is 5. Ito na lang. So, same answer lang siya po. 5. Okay. More examples. Find the product, give the correct answer. For number 1, 4/5 times 3 equals 4 over 5 times 3 over 1. First, we rename. Then, hindi naman sila pwedeng i-reduce or i-cancel. So, normal way lang ng pag-multiply ng fraction. So, 4 times 3 equals 12. Then, 5 times 1 is 5. Hala, 5 times 1 pala dito. Sorry. 5 times 1. Nauna yung answer ko dito, yung sagot. So, what is 12 over 5? Anong gagawin natin? Kasi malaki yung taas, naging improper fractions siya. So, what do? We reduce it to lowest term. How do we reduce it to lowest term? Ito siya, once ko lang itong gagawin dito, pero gagawa din ako ng video sa pag-reduce from an improper fraction to a mixed fraction. So, ang answer niya dito, ang sagot niya ay magiging mixed fraction na. Kasi 12 divided by 5, ilang 5 meron sa 12? So, dalawa. 2 times 5 will now become 10 equals 12 minus 10 is 2. So, meron pa siyang remaining na 2. So, what is the whole number? The whole number will be 2. Then, the remaining is 2 over 5. This will now become your answer. This is a mixed fraction. Ito yung 2. Ito na siya na 2 ay ito. Ito yung whole number. Then yung 5 ay ang ating denominator pa din. Diba? Ito siya. Then ito yung remaining niya. Sana nakuha nyo. Pag hindi po ninyo nakuha, pwede naman ninyong balikan yung aking sagot. Or, pumunta kayo sa susunod na aking video na gagawin. Okay, thank you. Number 2, 16 times 1/8. Okay. Then number 3, 4 times 3, 8. For number 2, 16, we rename 16 over 1. Magiging 16 over 1 na siya times 1/8. Okay, equals. Pwede na natin siyang i-reduce. Kung gusto mo, i-reduce na natin siya, 16 at saka 8. So, 16 divided by 8 is 2. 8 divided by 8 is 1. 2 times 1 na lang over 1 times 1. So, the answer is 2 times 2 over 1. Diba, pag 1 ang ating, pag 1 dito sa baba, ito siya. Pag 1 yung nasa baba, ang ating denominator, the answer is already yung ito na lang sa taas. So, the answer is 2. Okay? That is renaming also. Then, for number 3, 4 over 1 times 3 over 8. Okay. Let us follow the normal procedure. 4 times 3. 4 times 3 over 1 times 8 equals 4 times 3 is 12 over 1 times 8 is 8. Okay. Pwede ba natin siyang ma-reduce? Opo, talagang i-reduce natin siya. So, 12 divided by 8, we divide that. 12 divided by 8, the answer is 1. 1 times 8 is 8. Okay, what is the remaining? 12 minus 8 is 4. So, the answer is 1 and 4 over 8. Pero, pwede pa natin itong ma-reduce. This one, we can still reduce this by 4. So, ang magiging kalalabasan ay 1. Ito, 4 divided by 4 is 1. Then, 8 divided by 4 is 2. So, the answer is 1 and 1/2. 1 and 1/2. Okay. Nagets po? Sana nakukuha niyo po, ha? Pwede rin namang balik-balikan nyo lang siya. Pag hindi nyo nakuha, balikan nyo lang po. Okay, it's your turn. Find each product, reduce to lowest terms if possible. Number 1, 19 times 8 equals blank. Then 3 times 2/3 equals blank. Then for number 3, 1/4 times 9 equals blank. For number 4 is 1/5 times 15 equals blank. Then for number 5, 6 times 2/3 equals blank. Okay, so, nandyan na yung papel sa ballpen, no? Okay, it's your turn. You may now answer. Okay. So, tapos na. Sana pareho tayo ng sagot. Alam ko, pareho tayo ng sagot niyan. What is 1 times 9? I mean 1 over 9 times 8 over 1 equals 1 times 8 is 8 at saka 9 times 1 is 9. Diniretso ko na po. So, the answer is 8 over 9. Hindi naman siya pwedeng ma-reduce na. So, that is already our answer for number 1. Then, for number 2, we have 3 over 1 times 2/3 equals, what is 3 times 2 will now become 6. 1 times 3 is 3. What is 6 divided by 3? That will be 2. So, kung i-reduce natin siya, i-divide natin yung 6 divided by 3, which is now 2. For number 3, 1/4 times 9, 9 over 1 equals, what is 1 times 9? That would be 9. What is 4 times 1? That would be 4. Paano siya i-reduce? So, we divide 9 by 4. We divide 9 by 4. 9 divided by 4 is 2. 2 times 4 is 8. meron pa siyang isa pang remaining. So, it will now become 2. 2 yung whole number niya at saka yung remaining niya is 1. Then, the answer, the denominator is 4. So, the answer is 2 and 1/4. Reduced na po siya. Ito yung 2 whole number. Ito yung 1. Okay? At saka ito yung 4. Diyan ko po siya kinuha. Kaya, yung answer niya ay 2 and 1/4. Okay? Okay. 1/5 times 15 over 1. 1/5 times 15 over 1 equals 15 over 5. 1 times 15 is 15. 5 times 1 is 5. So we will reduce 15 divided by 5. We will just divide this. 15 divided by 5 is 3. So the answer is 3. Kasi nga ito, 15 divided by 5 is 3. 3 times 5 is 15. It will now become 0. So the answer is 3. Wala nang ibang ilalagay. 3 na lang. Kasi 0 naman dito yung remainder. Walang remainder. Pag walang remainder, yun na yun. Yun lang yung answer niya. Pero pag may remainder, magiging mixed number siya. Okay. For number 5, 6 over 1 times 2/3. Okay. 6 times 2 is 12. 1 times 3 is 3. When we divide, 12 divided by 3 will now become 4. Diba? Pag nag-divide tayo, 12 divided by 3. This is 4. 4 times 3 is 12. 12 minus 12 is 0. So, the answer is 4. Ito lang yung ating ilalagay. Okay? Alam ko nakakuha kayo ng 5. Very good. Okay, thank you very much for listening. Thank you for watching also. This is Teacher Pinks, who loves math very much. And if you think you learned from my video, please hit like, share, subscribe, and hit all notifications box. Thank you.